What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another one. Today we're going to be working on the boat. We're going to be swapping out the thermostat. On the lake, I haven't been getting any temp whatsoever. It's just been cold the whole time. And as you know, motors need to be at a good operating temperature in order to get good combustion and everything like that. So I'm going to swap it out. If you can see that right there, part number. All right, and I do have the Volvo Penta 454. It's a 7.4 GCI motor. There's not a whole lot of information on this 454. So I'm gonna do this video and hopefully some of you guys will be able to swap your stuff out. And this thermostat is good for the 8.1 454 as well. So let me show you what we gotta do to switch out this thermostat. All right, first things first, 10 millimeter bolt. Take the black cover off right here, and then you're gonna slide this off. And this still doesn't give you room because your thermostat's gonna be right here. So what we're gonna do is take off these bolts. There's 4 of them, there and there. And then I'm probably gonna take off this shift linkage right here. Oh, throttle linkage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 5 bolts off, and then I'll show you when I actually pull off this throttle body. I'll have to disconnect this connection right here because I don't want to break anything. And I'll do the same one right here. There we go. So I'm going to get these off real quick. Get back to you. All right, so you got this 8 mil bolt, these 2/8. And you're gonna take off your linkage right here. I'm just gonna, I don't know, I might have to disconnect a couple of these hoses and just fully get out of the way. Or I can just flop it to the side. Good time to clean out your throttle body and everything if it's not cleaned. And from here, you got 2 bolts. One right there. And then the other one is going to be a pain in the ass. Not sure if this one just goes straight through either. All right, so we got the 2 bolts off. I did disconnect this hose. And then what I'm going to do, I also took off that throttle body as well. I'm going to take off these clamps, take those hoses off. So when I lifted this out, whoever had it before decided they don't need a thermostat. So I'm gonna get these 3 off because I need 2 hands, and then I'll show you the inside of the housing. All right, so as you can see, that's where the thermostat's supposed to go. There wasn't one in there. I don't know why. Maybe it was overheating and they didn't realize they needed to replace it. But you got the new one. So I'm gonna go rinse this out so that way this thermostat has a good seating place, and then I'll be able to put that O-ring inside that lip and that'll hold the thermostat. All right, so after you get it all cleaned up, that's what it should look like. So that O-ring actually keeps it in place, so you can't take it out. There you go. And it's not too hard. It only goes in one way. So now what we're gonna do is, now that we got just the surface cleaned up, we'll put that gasket on, and then I'll start installing it exactly how I took it off. And then you'll also want to make sure that this area is cleaned off. So yeah, I'm going to go through and take off the remaining of that gasket. All right, so all I did is just put this in place where it should go. Its bolts aren't in, I don't have the lower gasket in. I just went ahead and tightened up, put on these hoses, tightened them up. And now what I'll do with 2 hands, I'm gonna lift that up. So I got that gap, slide in the gasket, and I'm gonna work this one first just to make sure I get it in the hole of the gasket. And then I'll do the second one and then get back with you. All right, so those two bolts are in. And if you're wondering, this 9/16 is the perfect size for it. Don't over tighten it. And now all we're gonna do is just put on that throttle body. And maybe I'll change out the impeller while I'm in here. We'll see. All right, so when you're putting her back together, just make sure you have all the connections on. Don't forget any hoses. So everything is connected right up. So all I'm gonna do is just finish putting her back together. And then call it a day as far as this goes. All right, so that's it for changing out a thermostat. All right, guys, so I'll have more coming on this 4 Winds 230 I got with the 454. Yep, and with these 7.4 GSIs, there's not a whole lot of information out there, so that part number for the thermostat is it, fits correctly. And then one other thing I'll be going over is the fuel pump. So these guys right here, see if you can see that right there. You got a high and a low pressure, and I believe my low pressure is gone because every once in a while I have a hot no start. That's why I changed out the rotor and cap, so I got to see if that was it. Maybe I'll change out the coil. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. There's gonna be plenty more.